What's up, y'all? It's your boy here, Shampoo. Y'all know, and I'm gonna go ahead and do another episode of The Truth. And what we talking about this time? We're talking about hype. Man, fuck hype. Nah, but seriously, hype is a 50-50 thing. Hype can be good, and hype can also be bad. You know, because you have to watch your dosage. If you don't watch your dosage of hype, you can really ruin what you're about to get into, whether you're listening to something, whether you're playing something, whether you're watching something, or doing an activity. You can really mess it up by having too high of a dosage of hype. And let me explain. First, I'm going to start how hype can be good. Hype can be good because it gets you into something, you know? You hear a few people say something about what you need to watch, what you need to listen to, what you need to do, things like that. Then you get into it and you really appreciate it and you're thankful that people hyped you up about it so you can start doing it. That's how hype works, and hype is good in that form. But at the same time, hype can be bad in some instances depending on what you're getting into. Specifically when playing a game, watching a movie, watching an anime, or even sometimes listening to music. Because let's say you and I got examples of, but I'll get into the examples after I explain this real quick. Let's say you hear about something, okay, and you know you hear it from one or two people. Okay, yeah, check that out. But then you hear from a third person, a fourth person, a fifth person, the sixth person, the seventh person, the eighth person, the ninth person. You constantly hear it to the point that, like, no matter any time anything's brought up, it seems like you run into it and you hear it to the point that something else starts building on top of your hype. And what that is that it's your expectations. You got hyped up so much about it is that your expectations for what you're about to get into goes out the roof. So that when you finally sit down or finally do this activity, whether it's, you know, like I said, listening to music, watching a movie, anime, playing a game, and you finish it, it doesn't live up to your expectations. And that's how hype can really be bad. You have to watch your dosage. You really do. You got to think of it like as a medical thing. And let me give you an example of a personal thing that I experienced not too long ago. And I think that this honestly has some, works with why I thought a little differently about this show than other people. But anyways, y'all know that I'm into anime, okay? And people have been hyping me up for a very long time. Even before the people that I've been talking to recently about it, but before, about a show called Clannad, okay, and Kanan. So I was really hyped up about it to the point that my expectations were out the fucking roof. Alright? So I sit down and watch it, and then when I'm done with it, I thought it was good. I thought it was great. That was excellent, really. But it wasn't as good as my expectations. You know, it wasn't as high as my expectations. It just wasn't. And I think that plays into why I thought that it wasn't as good as what it really was, you know. And you know, I might be assuming this for this other guy that I'm about to talk about, but I think what I'm saying kind of fits the mold as well. Asian kid, Fish of Soy Sauce. I was talking to him a few days ago. All right, and he was talking to me about Death Note, and I guess he recently finished Death Note not too long ago, and he was saying that people were telling him, oh, it's, you know, best anime, this and that, yada yada. You know, he was getting a lot of boasting about the anime. He was being very hyped up about it to the point that his expectations for the anime was skyrocketed out the roof. So that when he actually saw the anime, he thought it was really good. He thought it was great, but it wasn't as good as his expectations were seeing it as. And that's the whole point of what I'm trying to get to. Hype is a 50-50 thing. Alright? You have to watch your dosage. You really do. You know, my advice is just to, you know, get a recommendation for something, listen to a few people that say something about whatever it is, whether it be like anywhere from like 3 to 5, but beyond that, like, take it sparingly, you know. And I think that's very important. And the thing is that we've seen it for a long time throughout the years with Hollywood movies and stuff like that. You see all these commercials and posters and all this shit everywhere, but then when you sit down to watch something or experience something, it just wasn't as good as what you were expecting. So, I mean, the evidence is there, you know. But what I plan on doing, honestly, concerning Clannad, is that I am going to watch it over again, probably like near the end of December, from beginning to end, not just after story, just to get to experience all over again, just to kind of, you know, get away from, I guess, that hype train and shit that I already kind of been through, to let it kind of settle and stuff, because I've actually experienced it before. Because there was a time when Prison Break was out, and it was a TV show, and my brother and all his friends were hyping it up a lot, saying, yo, you gotta check out Prison Break. Like, oh, it's excellent, it's awesome. And then they hyped it up so much that my expectations were just out of here and shit, you know. So when I finally watched it, I thought it was really good, I thought it was great, but it wasn't as good as my expectations were for it. But then like 6 or 7 months later, I go back and watch it, and like, I couldn't put the controller down. I kept watching episode after episode after episode, and I was like, man, like, this show is fucking excellent. Even though I already seen it before, I thought it was fucking great. I was like, man, I can't get enough of this, you know. So that's why I plan on doing it with a few other shows that I've seen lately. But it's still at the same time, I can't help but say that first season of Clannad was just really dry. I mean, and that's just fucking factual right there. It was just really dry. I'm gonna watch it all over again, but that first season is what really kind of downplays that show for me. You know, After Story was great. It was excellent. I loved that shit. But that first season, you know, like I said, when you put it all together, it's what downplays it. It's like when you watch a movie and you watch the first half of the movie, and the first half was like, oh my god, this is boring as shit, but the end of it was like, oh my god, the end was fucking awesome. Like, it was like just great, you know. But when you suggest it to people, you can say, yeah, the movie was really good, but damn, the first half of it was really goddamn boring, you know. It's that same type of thing that's going on with that show with me. But like I said, I'm gonna give it another chance. I'm gonna watch it all over again sometime in December. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, y'all. And just, if you want to take my advice about the whole dosage thing with hype, please do. Try not to get too hyped up about things. Try to take what people say to you about a certain thing sparingly, because you don't want to get entirely too hyped up about something that your expectations for it are just ridiculous, to the point that when you actually sit down and watch something, you don't fully appreciate it like those other people. Because I guarantee you, those people that are telling you that it was this great, this and that, it's excellent, most likely did not have the same hype train treatment as you are getting with that same shit. Most likely they just seen it themselves and they were like, oh my god, this is great. Or they heard it from like 2 or 3 people, then they saw it and, oh my god, this is fucking fantastic, you know, type of deal. But anyways, y'all, I'm out of here. And thanks for watching. Shampoo. Peace.